She invited a Tinder guy to our apartment, thinking I wouldn't be home. I don't even know where to start, man. If you'd told me 6 months ago that I'd be that guy, scrolling Reddit at 3 a.m., typing out my breakup story for strangers online, I would have laughed. I thought we were solid. I thought Rachel was solid. We'd been dating almost a year. We lived together, shared rent, made coffee for each other in the mornings, took turns walking Luna, our rescue mutt. We had a damn routine. But over the past few weeks, something felt off. I couldn't put my finger on it right away. It wasn't like she was cold or mean. She was still affectionate, still called me babe, but there was this distance, like her eyes were somewhere else when we talked. Her phone started becoming a permanent fixture in her hand. She'd take it to the bathroom, face down on the couch, never left it charging in the kitchen like she used to. Then there were the meetings. Work's been crazy, she kept saying. Late calls with the LA team. She works in marketing, and yeah, I get it, sometimes there's crunch, but when those meetings started happening on weekends, or when she'd pace in the hallway whispering into her AirPods, I started paying attention. I wish I hadn't. One night, I fell down a rabbit hole on TikTok. Those loyalty test videos, you know? Guys setting up fake accounts to see if their girls would cheat. Normally I'd call that toxic, but something inside me said, just check, not to trap her, just to put my mind at ease. So I did it. I made a fake Tinder. New name, Evan. A few gym selfies I had saved from forever ago, and one moody black and white photo I found on Reddit. Bio, laid back, love good wine, and bad decisions. I cringed making it. It took less than 24 hours to match with her. She was using a different name, Ray, and a more suggestive profile pic than I'd ever seen her post anywhere. A selfie in our bathroom mirror, no less. The same goddamn towels I bought from Target hanging behind her. My stomach dropped, but I didn't stop. I messaged her. Hey, I think we've got matching wine preferences. Lame. Whatever. She responded 10 minutes later, said she liked guys with a sense of humor, said she was just looking for something fun, no strings, said her place was under renovation and she was house-sitting for a friend for a few weeks. Guess who the friend was? She was describing our apartment. My apartment, technically. I'd had the lease before she moved in. The description was too on point. The building, the big plant in the corner I bought during my plant dad phase, even the dog she was supposedly watching, Luna. I wanted to throw up. But I played along. I made plans with her. Evan did anyway for a Thursday night. She said she'd bring wine. I said I liked red. She sent a winky face. The night came, and I made sure everything looked normal. I cleaned the place like it was any other Thursday. Put Luna in her crate, ordered Thai like I always did when she was working late. Then I waited. 7:42 p.m. Knock on the door. And there she was. Same green jacket I loved, her hair curled like she only did on date nights. A bottle of Merlot in her hand. She looked nervous, excited even. She had that giggle, the one I used to hear when I'd surprise her with coffee in bed. Only this time, she wasn't giggling for me. I opened the door. The look on her face was everything. Her smile dropped, eyes wide, like she'd seen a ghost. Then panic. Then silence. She didn't say a word for what felt like 10 full seconds. Nick, she finally choked out. I didn't answer right away, just looked at her. Looked at the wine, then back at her. I could barely speak without my voice shaking, but I said it. Looking for Evan? She stood there, frozen. Her mouth opened, then closed. I watched the gears in her head spin like she was scrambling to rewrite the story in real time. It's not what you think, she blurted. Classic, that phrase. That tired, overused, always lies behind it phrase. I laughed, actually laughed, loud enough that it startled Luna in her crate. I stepped aside and let her walk in. You want to talk? I said. Let's talk. She stepped in like she didn't know where to put her feet, like the floor might collapse under her. The bottle of wine was still in her hand. Funny how she didn't think to drop it or throw it or anything. Just clutching it like it might save her. I closed the door behind her, slowly. The click echoed like a gunshot. Rachel walked toward the couch like she was on autopilot. She didn't sit, though. Just stood there in front of the coffee table, staring at the spot where we'd had movie nights, late-night arguments, quiet Sunday mornings. I saw her eyes flick to the Thai food on the counter. 2 containers, 2 sets of chopsticks. Routine. She turned around finally. Nick, I can explain. Cool, I said. I'd love to hear this explanation. Just one thing first. I walked over to the counter and grabbed my phone. I opened the Tinder chat. The one where she told Evan that she was so tired of playing house with a guy who barely touches me anymore. I read it out loud. Her face changed. Not shock anymore. Shame. She dropped her eyes, but still, she tried. I was drunk when I said that, she said quietly. I showed her another message, one from earlier that day. Can't wait to have you all to myself tonight. Sent at 3:22 p.m. Were you drunk at 3 p.m.? I asked. She opened her mouth again, but I held up my hand. I didn't want to hear her voice. Not yet. I matched with you in less than a day, Ray. I practically spit the fake name. You didn't hesitate, not for 1 second. You were all in, talking about how you needed excitement, how you wanted someone who listens. You didn't just flirt, you made plans. You picked our place. You gave my address. It was a mistake, she said, finally sitting down. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't mean for it to get that far. You invited him over? Silence. You came here with wine, dressed up, with that same nervous laugh you gave me the first time I asked you out. You weren't scared, Rachel. You were excited. She didn't deny it, just kept her head low, her hands in her lap. I saw her twisting the wine bottle label between her fingers like it might peel her guilt off with it. You were gonna sleep with him, weren't you? She looked up. I don't know. I laughed again. You don't know? I swear, I wasn't sure, she said. I thought about it, but I don't think I would have gone through with it. That was the part that hurt the most, I think. The hesitation now. Not then. I sat down across from her, staring at someone I thought I knew. I'd loved this girl. I'd planned around her, talked about maybe getting a house, maybe a bigger dog, maybe starting fresh in a new city. We shared Amazon accounts, passwords. She knew my mom's birthday. I knew hers. She'd cried in front of me when her grandma died, and now I was sitting across from her like she was a stranger in my living room. Was I not enough? I asked. Her lips parted like she had a yes and a no fighting each other. It's not about that, she said. It's not that you're not enough. I've been feeling stuck, like we're stuck, like we're roommates more than anything. We live together. Of course we're roommates. But I loved you. I never stopped. She wiped at her eyes. I didn't plan this. You did plan it, I snapped. You made a Tinder account behind my back. You swiped, you matched, you flirted, you scheduled, you came here with wine. That's a lot of planning. She was crying now. Quietly. I didn't feel sorry for her. Maybe that sounds cold, but it's the truth. When the trust breaks like that, something inside you dies. Not all at once, more like a slow implosion, like a building that still looks fine on the outside, but the foundation's gone. You know it's never going to stand the same way again. She stayed on the couch, crying into her hands. I stood up, walked to the bedroom, grabbed a duffel bag, and started packing. That got her up. Nick, wait, what are you doing? What does it look like? I said. You don't get to come back from this. There's no, let's talk it out. You blew that. Please, can we just go to therapy or something? Talk to someone? I'm so sorry, I messed up, but I turned around, looked her dead in the eyes. If I hadn't made that fake profile, would you have told me? She hesitated, right there. That pause, that was everything. No, I said for her. You wouldn't have. You'd have kept lying to me, you already did. I zipped up the bag and walked toward the door. Luna whimpered in her crate. I bent down and rubbed her ear. I'll come back for her tomorrow, I told Rachel. But tonight, you can explain yourself to an empty apartment. Maybe the wine will help. And I walked out. The air outside felt colder than I remembered. Or maybe it was just the adrenaline burning off, leaving nothing but hollow silence in its place. I got in my car and sat there for a second, hands shaking a little. Not crying, not yelling, just empty. The weirdest part was how calm I felt. You always imagine a scene like that being explosive, screaming, crying, slamming doors. But it was quiet, too quiet. Like the sound had been drained from everything the moment I realized who she really was. I drove, no destination in mind, just needed to move. Ended up at a gas station on the edge of town where we used to stop after hikes. I got a bottle of water and a bag of chips because for some reason, heartbreak makes you remember to hydrate but forget how food works. I checked my phone, 3 missed calls, 5 texts, all from Rachel. Please come back. I need to explain. We can fix this. I love you. I'm so sorry. I stared at the last one, that phrase again. I'm so sorry. As if those words are a magic eraser, like they wipe away intent, action, betrayal. I locked the phone and dropped it face down on the passenger seat. I thought about calling someone, maybe my brother, maybe Jason, my best friend from college, but what would I even say? Hey man, Rachel invited a Tinder hookup to our apartment and I answered the door instead. It sounded like a bad rom-com plot. Except I wasn't laughing. The thing is, I wasn't perfect either. I got comfortable. Routine took over. I worked long hours. I forgot anniversaries. I missed signs. But cheating? That's not a crack in the foundation. It's a wrecking ball through the whole damn house. I spent the night at Jason's. Told him most of it. Left out the Tinder part at first. His face when I got to that part. Man, mouth open, like I just told him I saw Bigfoot. You catfished your own girlfriend? He said. I guess, I said. Doesn't feel like a win, though. He let out a low whistle. Dude, that's insane. Yeah, well, so is thinking someone loves you while they're swiping left and right behind your back. We sat in silence for a while. He handed me a beer, and we just watched some trash TV. That helped, weirdly. The world felt normal for a bit, disconnected from my own personal disaster. The next day, I went back for Luna. Rachel had left a note on the kitchen table, 3 pages, front and back. A real, I still love you monologue. She talked about how she felt lost, confused, like she didn't know who she was anymore. She blamed the pandemic, her job, her mental health. Herself. Everything and everyone but the choice she made that night. I didn't read all of it, just enough to know she still didn't get it. She texted again a few days later. I haven't stopped thinking about you. I miss us. I didn't respond. I had nothing left to say. It's been a few months now. I moved into a new place, smaller, quieter, just me and Luna. I deleted all the dating apps, deleted our shared photo albums, changed my Netflix password. I still think about her sometimes. Not out of longing. More like muscle memory. The way you notice someone else's shampoo in the aisle and remember what used to sit in your shower. The way certain songs hit different now, like echoes of a life that wasn't real. People ask me if I regret making that fake profile, if I regret setting the trap. Truth, I don't. Because it wasn't a trap, it was a mirror. And Rachel looked right into it. And showed me exactly who she was.